And I am IPAC instructor. I've got a good one for you today. As we know, the triers of the facts have made their statement on two very prominent figures. One we'll call El Trumpo, and the other one, wait, hold on, ring, 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 coming in from Joey B's House of Blow, the boy. Well, they can no longer be in possession or carry or exercise their pews. Unprecedented. Now, setting all politics aside, setting all opinions aside, I'm focusing here on just one subject, and that is a non-violent person carrying, possessing, owning, exercising that old pistola. Now, I got to talk a certain way because, these things do happen on certain platforms. So bear with me today. I'm also going to pull up this video on my end, so give me 1 second. This is coming in from the National Association for Gun Rights, and their statement from Joey B's House of Blow and El Trumpo, okay? For decades, the Gun Control Act and the National Instant Criminal Background Check, as known as NICS, when you fill out a form 4473, they do a NICS check system, has functioned to strip gun rights from millions of Americans without due process. The same gun control laws which Joey B's son is guilty of violating are the same laws now being abused to federally bar El Trumpo from possessing a pew for the rest of his life. Now, let's face it, again, just going on facts here, the triers of the facts, our peers, found El Trumpo to be guilty of 34 counts and Joey B's son being guilty of, 3 counts, all right? So once a person is a felon, and in these cases multiple felons, they can no longer have their Second Amendment. Isn't that nice? We know that criminals, of course, you guys know I teach the pew classes in Chirac, and, a person's got to go through a very strict 16-hour class, pass a test, mustn't have any spot or wrinkle on their background check in order to get that, well, we'll call it a privilege, right? In the state of Illinois, it's a privilege. But the bad guys, they really don't care about that, and, but we know that. These are also the same failed laws that stripped Second Amendment rights from 264,000 veterans without due process. In total, over 16 million Americans are on the FBI's failed no guns NICS list. Right now, the Biden family is getting a taste of their own anti-gun medicine, but so is El Trumpo, whose, if you recall correctly, take the guns first comments during the 2019 push to expand these federal gun control laws resulted in Senator John Cornyn, Republican out of Texas, putting a bill on Biden's desk for signature back in 22. I know that a lot of politicians, they talk, but they're not as pro-2A as we would like to believe, or as they proclaim. Don't forget, El Trumpo did really work hard on that bump stock, and of course, the whole take the guns first. Make no mistake, John Cornyn's rush to add more names to the no guns NICS list is the reason El Trumpo and his gun rights are in jeopardy today. Meanwhile, these anti-gun laws only ensure drug lords like Joey B's House of Blow, who do not care about what the law says either way, will continue to be armed and dangerous, while law-abiding gun owners continue to lose their gun rights every day at the hands of corrupt bureaucrats. These gun control laws should not exist. This should be a wake-up call for the entire party. and lawmakers to stop abandoning the Second Amendment. Folks, we got a lot of pretty stuff coming up here in the near future. I think it's important that we don't just lean one side that may have an R or one side that may have a D on it. We need to truly look at where is their policy, where is their a stance on the entire Constitution. Are they beholden to the Constitution? Are they beholden to lobbyists? Are they beholden to the constituents? We need to find that out. And we need to hold them accountable. Freedom, folks, as we all know, isn't free. The National Association for Gun Rights, which, by the way, is a fantastic organization, is calling on El Trumpo, Speaker Johnson, and Senators Leader McConnell and Cornyn to publicly embrace a repeal of the GCA and NICS failed federal gun control law once and for all. Wow, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if we can go back to the early days, to the spirit of the law, and rest on those assurances? Folks, I'd like to know your thoughts. I mean, seriously, candidly, your honest, non-sugar-coated opinion. Should a person who is nonviolent, though be convicted of a felony, such as these two instances with El Trumpo and the son of Joey B's House of Blow, should these nonviolent convictions result in them losing their Second Amendment, their firearms rights, their right to self-defense indefinitely? I mean, let's face it. You know, as you guys know, again, I teach the classes in Chicago. And it takes but a spot or wrinkle for a person to be denied. El Trumpo has had or will soon have his concealed carry license out of the state of New York, Illinois, New York, one and the same, will be revoked. And the pistola that he has in the state of New York, along with that revoked license, will need to be relinquished to authorities in that state. Conversely, the equipment, 2 more pews, of which he has located in the state of Florida, because of this conviction of being a felon, he can no longer be in possession of them there either. They too will need to be relinquished to authorities. These are nonviolent individuals. Well, I get it. They're high profile. But when it's all said and done, what's the diff between you or myself? Nonviolent, otherwise good, law-abiding people. I mean, we're all just a few breaths away from becoming felons, are we not? I mean, the system is kind of set up that way. Or am I wrong? Meanwhile, in Oakland, we have a homeowner. Of course, the titles are always a bit misleading. Oakland homeowner arrested after fatally shooting burglary suspect. Well, that doesn't sound right, but the fact of the matter is, folks, when you're in an act of self-defense, often a person does have cuffs put on them. The pistola or any weapon that was used in that act of self-defense is likely going to be logged into evidence. Good luck ever getting it back. We know that Oakland's a nice place. I mean, so we talked a little bit about New York, Chirac, Oakland, all one and the same, right? A homeowner in Oakland was arrested after shooting and killing a robbery suspect. So here we have a 77-year-old homeowner was arrested on suspicion of murder. He remained behind bars on Tuesday while the district attorney considered whether to file charges. There's a caveat here. You have somebody who's almost an octogenarian, right? Senior citizen, who shoots a home invader. It's unclear if the man, who is not named, will be formally charged or if the killing was justified on the grounds of self-defense. The incident happened just before 6 p.m. on Monday on the 98th Avenue and Burr Street in East Oakland. Nice neighborhood. Authorities said 2 men and a woman So again, we have a 77-year-old, and we have certainly disparity of force due to the fact that you have 3 against 1. So 2 men and a woman pulled up to the residence in the area in a stolen Infiniti Q40. Witness told the police there were 3. The 3 went onto the property, and one of the men had a crowbar. All right, so they're armed. The witness then heard a gunshot. According to court documents, police arrived on the scene and found the homeowner pointing a stolen. Now, that's the question. All right, the stolen Colt Python. Now, these Colt Pythons are expensive, man. I mean, this is rich people stuff. All right. So that's where it kind of gets a little hairy. The Colt Python revolver was being pointed at the female suspect. The woman told police the homeowner had shot her friend. Oakland firefighters and paramedics tried to save the suspect, but unfortunately took a long dirt nap, and that started at the scene. The deceased has yet to be identified. Police said a third suspect was found at the scene with a replica gun and arrested on suspicion of burglary. All right, so you have a homeowner, 77 years old, with a stolen Colt Python, pretty expensive gun. All right, there's a home invasion. You got 3 against 1. He pops one of them. All right. They guys show up with a replica, man. These guys aren't thinking. When are you going to start thinking? Okay. No charges have been filed against the homeowner, although he was arrested. The case is under review by the district attorney's office. Prosecutors have until Thursday to determine whether to charge the homeowner who declined to speak to investigators. A legal analyst weighed in on the case, saying, "You're not supposed to chase them. If you chase them and shoot them, for example, in the back, that is unlawful." Well, I guess that's true. If the offender is no longer a threat, we cannot continue to use force. The analyst said, depending on the facts, the homeowner could still argue self-defense. Well, I guess that's true, right? Shoot somebody in the back if they're no longer a threat, but what if they're, sending pews still in your direction? He went on to say, if you are in imminent fear of your life or someone else's life in your home, you have every right to make necessary means for self-defense against the invaders, said the analyst. How funny. Yeah, I mean, if it's a home invasion, you have every right to defend yourself. And still don't understand what that 77-year-old was doing with that stolen Python, no. That's I'd like to see the follow-up on that one. Folks, I'd like to know your thoughts. Do you think El Trumpo and Joey B's House of Blow son should be stripped of their gun rights indefinitely, right? They've been tried by their peers, and both are convicted felons on multiple counts. The law says they cannot, but have we lost the spirit of the law? Have we? Back in the time when the Second Amendment was written, there was no form to fill out. So I'd like to know your thoughts. Also, if you want a free gun laws guide, 100% free, you'll see it in the description. It's a reciprocity laws and map. It's my gift to you from my friends. I would encourage you to get it and help support this channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to try to do some more live videos coming up, folks. I do appreciate you very much for tuning in and lending me your ear. Stay frosty out there, as 2024 is going to be an interesting period in all of our lives. Stay safe, folks.